Hello, Ray Phoenix here. Welcome to Let's Play Ape Escape Free Part 22. So going back to the ninja level, we're going to be running around the ninja temple again as a ninja and capturing whatever ninja monkeys are still left in this ninja-themed level. And of course, some more Teleborgs are going to get destroyed. What would an Ape Escape Free level be if at least several dozen Teleborgs getting brutally murdered by Kay's weapon, his wannabe lightsaber? It's not even really a lightsaber anymore, it's more like a stun club. Well, it is a stun club, but it looks like something that'd be used like, I don't know, maybe it looks like something that'd be used by a toy, or like as a toy maybe. If they could have made toys out of this stuff, I don't think they ever made toys of Ape Escape, but Ape Escape actually is a very toyetic franchise, and definitely could have made some pretty good toys out of Ape Escape. I think I would have loved to have action figures based on this game. Actually would make a really cool idea, actually, especially if it had an animated series. Supposedly did have an animated series in Japan that was an anime that was based around some of the stuff from the earlier Ape Escape games. And you may have had stuff from this one as well too. A lot of good Japanese video games get animes in Japan. Apparently F-Zero had an anime that only aired in Japan as well. And well, and there's a lot of apparently there was even a Mario anime at one point as well too. I don't know how accurate that is, but apparently there was a Mario anime at one point. This level also reminds me a little bit of that PS2 game that I got with Ape Escape Free. It's a game that I vaguely associate with Ape Escape Free because I got it at the same time I got Ape Escape Free. It's called iNinja. It's a game where you play as some ninja. It came out for the PS2, GameCube, and Xbox in 2003, and you play as a ninja. And you could go for different levels of the game. You could earn like ninja rank. You can earn grades that increase your rank overall, like from white belt to yellow belt, and then green belt or red belt and blue belt or whatever the order is. I forget the exact order is. It was a pretty decent game overall. I remember a friend of mine really wanted the GameCube version because the GameCube version is actually kind of rare or valuable. It might even be better than the PS2 version. I know I never played the GameCube version. If I ever played the PS2 version, I remember it being a pretty good game. It was hard as hell when I first played it, but it was pretty good overall. It came bundled with Ape Escape Free when I actually got it. It was like I remember I think my grandma bought the games for me at Walmart, and they were bundled together in like one convenient little set for PS2. Two games, Ape Escape Free and iNinja, and it's obvious which one I played a lot more. I obviously played Ape Escape Free way more than I played iNinja. Ape Escape Free was a game I genuinely wanted, considering my big history of Ape Escape series. Because I played the original Ape Escape a lot, and so of course I love the series. I want more of the games, and most of the games I never actually got to. I think some of them actually did get North American releases. I remember seeing Ape Escape Academy Factory Sealed for PSP in 2020 at a local store of mine, but I never bought it. My PSP's in rough shape. That's why I mostly rely on emulation now for PSP. I also got Ape Escape on the loose again for PSP, but again, my PSP's in rough shape. The only way I could really play PSP games now is through emulation, which well, for a lot of, the same could be said for a lot of other classic game systems. I also got a PC Engine emulator running a while back too. Because, PC Engine, I don't think anyone seriously expects me to buy a PC Engine anymore. I don't even think, well, it did come out of my region as under the name TurboGrafx-16. I know that this guy in my Discord server is gonna slap me for saying that. He hates it when people call it TurboGrafx-16. It's actually called PC Engine, so I'm gonna call it that. PC Engine. That's what the system is. I played some games. I had some pretty good stuff on it. It has like Xevious on it. It has like a Space Invaders like game on it, and it has like 1943 on it, I think. I can imagine there being Ape Escape versions of some of those games. That could definitely have been made into mini games. I mean, there was a game that's like Robotron 2084 in the original Ape Escape Galaxy Monkey. They could have made games like Xevious. Like it's like an Ape Escape themed Xevious and has mini games in here. Yeah, stick with what people like. They could have even made a Pac-Man clone. Maybe you play as a monkey and you eat a bunch of bananas in a maze. You have to run away from Spike or Jimmy or Jay or Yumi, and there's like the ghosts of the game. That actually sounds like a pretty good idea for an Ape Escape mini game, or possibly a spin-off game maybe. I actually just think a pretty entertaining idea. They can make it 3D kind of thing, kind of like that Pac-Man Adventures in Time. Pac-Man Adventures in Time is probably my favorite 3D Pac-Man game. It is a really good game, and it came out only on PC. It never got ported to any game systems. It's quite a shame considering the fact that most modern PCs have trouble running that game. So I know the secret door is going to be around here somewhere. We're going to find the remaining monkeys in this level. I know it's on a wall somewhere around here in this Japanese samurai level. And to come to think of it now, this level does vaguely remind me of the Wabi Sabi wall from the original Ape Escape. Very vaguely, simply because it's set in a Japanese venue where you run into some Japanese traditional building. There's Japanese architecture everywhere. And when we have to go against monkeys that have like our martial art skills, Japanese martial art skills. And this time around, we're going after downright ninja monkeys. There, we captured the yellow one. There's still a red and blue one left. Okay, the red one's been captured. The blue one's been captured. Is there one more? I think there might be at least one more in this level. It's probably hiding somewhere, as what ninjas do. I remember reading a story on The Onion once that was about this parade of ninjas. And no one actually sees the parade because the ninjas are that good at hiding and no one ever actually sees them. But the ninjas come by and they put candy and treats and stuff into the kids' pockets. And then usually after kids go to a parade like that, they usually find some goodies in their pockets afterwards. I wish I could have went to a parade like that. I remember back in the 2000s when ninjas were big. I remember back when they were big and I wanted to learn to be like them. I used to practice a lot of fighting skills. I actually played with a toy lightsaber a lot, trying to learn the skills. That way someone ever comes after me in real life, I can just take my lightsaber, beat the crap out of them. I've tried to learn some ninja moves too, but it usually results in a few holes being made in my wall, and then some more calls to the contractor to fix the holes in my wall. I have my speed dial now of how many times I made holes in my wall from trying to be a ninja. At least it's not as bad as that guy that wanted to be Spider-Man. So he put glue on his hands and he tried climbing up the wall, thinking that actually sticking glue to his hands could actually help him climb up a wall. I sometimes think the bosses in this game could have been a little bit more creative, considering how many types of enemies are in this game. They could have made a Spider-Man themed boss. They could have made like a Darth Vader themed boss, maybe, and maybe even a Clint Eastwood themed boss, like a boss that's I don't mean like Monkey Blue, I mean a boss that's like more similar to what Clint Eastwood is. I think they could have done more stuff like that. Maybe they could have even made a boss that was like the Shredder from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. They should have done stuff like that rather than just simply have the Freaky Monkey 5. Bring back the Freaky Monkey 5 from Ape Escape 2. I think that actually sounds like it would have been a more, creative and unique original idea. You still not establish back the Freaky Monkey 5 in every Ape Escape game. Just ask the first Ape Escape. They weren't in that game at all. So where were they during Ape Escape 1? Were they built in a laboratory since then? This fight again is exactly the same as the fight we did before. It's exactly the same as the first fight with Monkey Yellow, where he's the same as he's ever been. He just jumps around. He's a fat tub of lard that jumps around and says, "Whoa!" He makes sounds like "whoa!" Like that. Almost like he thinks he's Mr. Bean, but he's like some Japanese martial arts version of Mr. Bean. It's almost like in that Goldmember movie I saw last night, where Mike Myers has to fight against himself, and one of the guys he fights against is himself as a fat guy. Get into my belly, I ate ya, I ate oh baby. Then he starts doing it. I think it would have been funny if they made Monkey Yellow more like that. I ate oh baby. Why don't you show your girlfriend the pictures of that time you grabbed your pants in Niagara Falls? If they made him more like that, I think he would have been a bit funnier. And I think they did go a little overboard by making him have a thing for Kay. He obviously wants to get into a romantic relationship with Kay, right? I cringe thinking about what could be going on between the two of them. I don't want to know what Monkey Yellow thinks about in his sleep. His mind when he's sleeping should be considered a weapon of mass destruction, something that no one should ever have to look at or think about, something that should never be conceivable by mankind. And so now Monkey Yellow has been captured by us. Who else would capture him? I don't know, so many other people probably could have tried to capture him, but no, none of that's going to capture him, because we got him first. We got him before anyone else could have got him. And now, that means the next boss we're going to have to take on is Monkey Pink. We're finally going to catch that bratty singer that thinks she's so self-entitled to everything she ever wants, but really, she's entitled to nothing. What do you expect for being a monkey? How many monkeys do you know that are famous singers? I don't know of any monkeys that are famous singers. Heck, my mom didn't even know Spectre was supposed to be a monkey until way later, until just very recently. She always thought Spectre was some human thing that just used monkeys to rule the world. That doesn't make any sense. Why else would you want to rule the world with monkeys? Why did you live in the monkey park before then? It doesn't make any goddamn sense whatsoever. And so now pretty much left having to climb this mountain, this rocky mountain that we had to climb up earlier. I thought the Rocky Mountains would be a bit more rockier than this. John Denver's full of bullcrap. Yeah, he is full of bullcrap. We're climbing up the Rocky Mountain, and I don't know, what else could they have found? They could have put Easter eggs up here, maybe. Maybe there could be stalkers hanging around here. Or maybe there's some sort of secret thing that lives up in the Rocky Mountains. and likes to, I don't know, likes to throw his wrath on little boys that come up to meet them. Or maybe the Grinch lives up here or something like that. It's the Grinch, maybe he lives up here. Oh no, they weren't doing anything bad. They were just defacing property or vandalizing stuff. And, okay, yeah, that's good. Yeah, they weren't seeing the Grinch at all. Yeah, there's no Grinch problem up here. There's nothing. I don't think anyone ever comes up here because of how, well, except for the Talborgs, obviously, Talborgs came here. This level is a big, like a big bomb, like a big minefield kind of thing, filled with hazards. Wasn't there well, even really falling hazards. It's really falling from so there's like these short ledges, things like that they could make you fall on. When you get to the very top and you have to fall off from the top or something like that. This time around, we could use we did this before, but we could use our lightsaber to deflect those blasts from the Talborgs. These rocket Talborgs might as well be like the bullet bill. They kind of are like the bullet bills of this game. Bullet bill Talborgs. This game, I keep saying how this series does have a lot of Nintendo influence in it. And now the more I think of it now, considering the fact that we're going high into the mountains where there's this ancient temple, this is a bit like the Mysterious Age, like the dark ruins and the cryptic relics from Ape Escape 1. This is very much like those ruins from Ape Escape 1, the more I think of it. Maybe this is another nod to Ape Escape 1 in this game. If they want to make this game even more like Ape Escape 1, they should have made a mod for this game where you can play as Spike. The only problem is, it's kind of hard to mod PS2 games, like in Simpsons Hit and Run, for example. I plan on doing a Let's Play of that game eventually, but I'm probably going to have to do with mods, but I'll have to use the PC version for that, because they don't make mods for game systems, just like Star Wars Battlefront 2. All the mods are on the PC, which is part of why Star Wars Battlefront 2 and Simpsons Hit and Run, the PC versions are the best versions of this game. So I just can't get Star Wars Battlefront 2 anymore because apparently it's not abandonware. I have to buy it somewhere, and I don't know if my PC can run it or not, I don't know. But Simpsons Hit and Run's abandonware, it can easily be installed for free, at least some time ago it was, when people make all the mods for the game. So I think it is a really great game overall. People still want there to be a sequel, but the closest they ever got to a sequel was mods. I'm thinking about using the Mr. Bean mod for that game. And that reminds me too of stuff I used to envision with Ape Escape. I used to envision like there being Ape Escape, but you could put a character into Ape Escape and use that character as the main character of the game. Imagine Mr. Bean in Ape Escape. Ape Escape where you play as Mr. Bean and you have to catch all the monkeys as Mr. Bean. I wonder how well Mr. Bean would do in a game like this. I am Bean Shabeen. Yeah, I got Mr. Bean to be in a game. That'd be pretty good. It'd be cool if I could put Jason, Mason, and Captain Fusion in this game. They would rock at a game like this. They would rule something like this. I'd love to see something like that. Even characters like Odyssey of Oddities and Ivan's War, the series I still write. I think they would be awesome in a game like this. And imagine if there was a mod where you could play as Chris Chan. He would be very weak and he'd be very slow as well too. But the good thing is he'd probably be able to crush Monkey Yellow easy. If Chris Chan were a playable character in this game, the game would be a lot easier now, come to think of it. He would be the easy mode of the game. You can just sit on everything. You can just sit on monkeys and crush everything. Monkeys would punch him, but you would just bounce back. The monkeys just bounce back from all the flabby, blabby, blubbery, blubble stuff. He doesn't even have real muscles. It's just a bunch of blubbery, flabby stuff. It's some substance that he invented himself. He's the only person that's made of that substance. He's almost like that Blob guy from X-Men. Wasn't there an X-Men called the Blob? I don't know. I remember reading about that in that novel. I found the novel for X-Men Days of Future Past once. No, it's not the novel, the movie. It's a novel based on the comic books X-Men Days of Future Past. Which is part of the reason why I bought it, because I couldn't find the comics anywhere. So I got the novel instead, so I read the novel. It's kind of like what I did with Hitler the last 10 days. I couldn't find the movie anywhere, so I found the novel on archive.org instead, and I read that instead. And I mean, a novel's a good, I would say a novel's a good, alternative to the real thing. There's a centaur monkey. It looks like Centaur Man from Mega Man 6 is a monkey. It's really good at dodging my net. So I guess my health is dangerously low, so I guess this means I ought to use the Fantasy Knight. And we caught him easy like it was nothing. The Fantasy Knight really is, still really good. And we got him a long time ago. But a lot of you probably forgot we still had that in our collection. It's not like in that game, Threads of Fate, where it forgets stuff you collect after a while and then you have to collect it again or something. Thankfully, this game doesn't do that. This is Ray Phoenix signing out.